What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about affordable housing in Flagstaff and the top 7 neighborhoods that you should consider when thinking about making a move right here to Flagstaff. So stay into it, grab a pen, grab a paper. You're going to want to write these down, and we're going to get into it right now. Hey guys, what's up? Jason here with the Shafor real estate team right here in Flagstaff, Arizona. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing right here in Flagstaff, then make sure you tap that subscribe button so you get notified every time that we do a new video. And honestly, we get people reaching out to us every day, even on the weekends. And we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move or coming to stay or just coming to have some fun, make sure you reach out to us. Call, text, email, pigeon carrier, whatever it takes. Get a hold of us. We just want you to know that we got your back when it comes to moving or relocating right here to Flagstaff, Arizona. So let's get into the video today, guys. We're talking about affordable housing in Flagstaff. And that's a relative term in today, what affordable is. You're really much not going to be able to find much under the 300,000 mark in Flagstaff. So we're going to go over the top 7 neighborhoods that you should definitely put on your radar when you're coming to relocate to Flagstaff, and find something that's going to be under 500,000. Some of these neighborhoods will have some properties under 4. So let's start with neighborhood number 1, which is Bow and Arrow. Bow and Arrow, that neighborhood is located in southeast Flagstaff. It's off of Lake Mary Road, down from Ponderosa Trails, which is a very famous, well-known neighborhood in Flagstaff. So this neighborhood, you got a lot of homes that were built in the 1970s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's a little older. You're going to find homes that they're going to be mostly single level. There's no HOA in Bow and Arrow, which is which is a plus for some people not. But you're going to find a lot of people, first-time home buyers. There's a lot of rental properties in there. You're going to kind of find a mix of homes. It wasn't built like a tract, so not every home looks the same. And with the no HOA, there are a few odd-colored houses and stuff throughout the neighborhood. But it's a great place to start looking if you're looking want to be close to campus on the west side of town. It's located in the southwest. Like I said, I think I said it was southeast earlier, but southwest corner. Regardless, it's right off Lake Mary Road, which is nice because you're really only 5-10 minutes from Lake Mary Road trails, biking, 10 minutes, 15 minutes from Lake Mary where you can go kayaking, paddleboarding, all that kind of stuff. So our first neighborhood is Bow and Arrow. Keep that one on your radar. All right, neighborhood number 2 to keep on your radar is Railroad Springs, okay? So Railroad Springs was built in the mid to late 90s and some into the early 2000s. Now this particular neighborhood it's located on the west side of Flagstaff. It's where a lot of first-time home buyers start. People start their home ownership there. Now these homes are going to be manufactured homes. I know this scares a lot of people away, but the entire subdivision is manufactured homes. All of the homes in there are set on block stem walls, so that's a good thing. They're able to get financed. We've done a lot of VA, FHA financing in that neighborhood. That's very common. You're going to find an array. A lot of the homes look similar because they're manufactured. You're going to find homes anywhere from 1,000 up to 2,000 square feet. A lot of them are going to have attached garages. Some of them will have bigger yards. One thing to note, it is by the railroad tracks, hence the name of the neighborhood, Railroad Springs. So there is a railroad that runs behind it. The train does not honk the horn anymore, which is great. So you can hear the noise, but then again, you can hear the train noise almost anywhere you're in Flagstaff. So that's just something to consider if you're looking in that neighborhood. There is a nice park located right in the center of it. You're going to find homes anywhere from 300,000 to 400,000. Some of the nicer, bigger homes are going to go upwards of 450. But I don't believe I've seen anything go over the 5 yet in that neighborhood. But you're going to find a lot of homes in that 400 plus or minus 25,000 range, 375, 425. So great area to look at. Lots of homes in that area. They come up for sale often. So make sure you add Railroad Springs to your list. All right, neighborhood number 3 we're going to talk about is West Village Estates. Okay, so West Village Estates is actually right next to Railroad Springs, and they're very similar. The only difference being is Railroad Springs has a lot of trees. It's built up on the hill a little bit, and West Village Estates is going to be located a little bit east, and it's going to be down in a flat. There's not a lot of trees on these properties. It's not in the forest. The railroad tracks are close, and it is another manufactured home subdivision. So you're going to find the same thing you find in Railroad Springs. You're going to find homes that are going to be sitting on stem walls. They are financeable. Some of the homes in there actually have attached garages, so some of them are actually attached. So that's something to consider if that's a deal breaker for you. But the homes tend to be 10 to 20% cheaper than you would be in Railroad Springs, where you've got a larger lot and you're up in the trees. So again, it's another great place for first-time home buyers to step into the arena, or it could be a great spot for a investment as it's close to campus. I see a lot of investors come in and scoop them up for their kids so they can go to school. A lot of them are 3 bedrooms, so they end up putting their son and or daughter in one, and then they just rent out the other 2 rooms, and then they end up making the mortgage payment for them. So make sure you add West Village Estates to your list. All right, subdivision number 4 you want to consider if you're looking for some affordable housing in Flagstaff would be Smoke Rise. So we're going to take a little trip to the other side of Flagstaff. So we're going over to the east side of town now. So Smoke Rise is going to be away from campus, a little bit farther, a little bit northeast on Highway 89. It's going to be north of the mall. So it's a nice subdivision. It was built in the 70s and 80s. You're going to have a single-story and a few 2-story homes in there. Very similar to Bow and Arrow. A lot of homes in there. Block home construction. There's no manufacturers in that area. Safe neighborhood. Close to the mall. North 89. You got Mount Eldon and hiking trails right across there. And no HOA. So that's another good neighborhood you should want to consider is Smoke Rise. Home prices in there are going to be anywhere from, I've seen a couple that have got just over 500, but you can still find homes in that area for 400,000 to 500,000. So definitely keep that one on your radar. All right, number 5, we're kind of sticking to the east side of town here, and we're bundling these 2 neighborhoods because they're sisters right next to each other. Is Upper and Lower Greenlaw, or Greenlaw. So this subdivision was built in the 1960s when it was developed, 50s, 60s. You're going to find a lot of single-family homes in there, a lot of similar homes. As far as style goes, there's no HOA. The streets are kind of lined up between Linda Vista. They go north and south. They just run straight lines, so it's a really easy neighborhood to navigate. And there's, like I said, no HOA in there. And home prices in there, you're going to find anywhere from 300 to 500,000. Great place to start out for a lot of folks. You'll see a lot of people. Some of those homes were just, some are 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom homes, but a lot of people have converted the garages to extra bedrooms, done some additions. You'll find a lot of that stuff in that area. Some of them have some ADUs, some garages in the back that have been converted to living spaces. So you'll find a variety of different homes in the Greenlaw area, located kind of tucked right at the base of Eldon, off Route 66, center. It's close to the center of town, but a little more east side, so you're not going to get as much traffic from college or NAU or anything like that. So for some people, that's what they're looking for. They don't want to be on the west side in the congestion, so it is definitely a lot quieter neighborhood. Streets are a little bit wider. Really a nice place. There's a lot of people that have been there 20, 30, 40 years. So it's a great neighborhood to consider getting started in when making a move to Flagstaff. That's Upper and Lower Greenlaw. Okay, number 6 on the list is Kachina Village. So we're going to head a little bit out of the Flagstaff city limits, still considered Flagstaff. We're going to head south on I-17, and we're going to head out to Kachina Village. So Kachina Village, if you're heading south, is going to be on the right-hand side of the highway. So you're going to go right there. You'll see the park, and it's really a mix of homes in that area. You'll find manufactured homes. You can find some single-wide trailer homes, and you'll see some really nice homes in there. I have seen some homes that get up in the 700,000 to 800,000 range. But when you go out there, a lot of times you can still find homes in that $350,000 to $500,000 range. We just sold a couple of our clients' houses out there right at the 400 range. So you can still get in that area. A lot of covered trees. It's really hilly and canyony, so you have a lot of stuff like that. Features like that of the neighborhood. It's not just laid out in a grid. There's a lot of hills and a lot of topography out there. Something to consider if you're thinking about moving out there. And if you're coming to check out and drive through Kachina Village, you might want to take a drive and kind of head to the north. If you head north there, you'll find a little bit more affordable housing. The lots are smaller. There's manufactured homes. They tend to be a little lower priced and a little more affordable for people because you're sacrificing the lot size, things like that. Whereas if you get kind of towards the back side of it and in some of that steeper topography, you'll find some larger multi-level homes, log cabins, things like that are going to be a little higher price range. But still a great neighborhood to consider. If you're looking to get out of town a little bit, you want some space closer to trails, definitely want to put Kachina Village on your list. Okay, so now we're going to move on to number 7, and the very last neighborhood is right next to Kachina. We just talked about is Mountain Air. So Mountain Air is located right across from Kachina, but on the other side of the highway. And you're probably asking, well, why aren't they the same? Well, Mountain Air is slightly different. The homes are a little bit closer together in the area, so you when you drive through there, you'll see it. There's a nice little restaurant, pizza joint down at the bottom, but it's laid out a little bit differently than Kachina Village. Like I said, the homes are tighter together. You'll find some new homes out there, very similar to Kachina, where you'll find some nice homes, especially in the backside of it. If you go a little farther east, you'll definitely find some bigger, more expensive homes. But if you're kind of driving through and up and down the streets in that area, you're definitely going to find some homes that are going to be in your sweet spot of that 350 to 500 range. Another good spot for a lot of first-time buyers and people who they want some elbow space, they want some room. There's no HOA. It's a great place. So definitely consider Mountain Air for one of your options if you're looking for affordable housing. So we'll go over the 7 again. We got Bow and Arrow, Railroad Springs, West Village Estates, Smoke Rise, Kachina Village, Greenlaw, and Mountain Air. So those are 7 neighborhoods that I would definitely put on the top of your list, top of your radar. I'll also link, I'll put a link down here in the description. Click on it if you're looking for a map of these areas, where they're located in town. It's just a neighborhood map that kind of shows you the different areas. It's a very good resource. Use it. And if you have questions, reach out anytime, guys. We're here to help. We're here to be a resource. We're here to be your guide, your information source when it comes to anything Flagstaff. So we'll see you on the next video.